right, welcome back to the Aces Loaded podcast. Today's guest is Buddy Kennedy, who has climbed the ladder of Arizona's system and made it to the very pinnacle. What's been special about the climb to the top?
I would say, it's definitely, like you just said, grinding.
Yeah.
But, for me, it's just do what I can, do the best I can, defensively, offensively, and improve each year with little things that maybe the year before I maybe like errors on the infield or certain counts or certain pitches to take or swing at. But I would say for me, for the climb, it was very interesting. I went to 2018. I was in Minor League for a short season in Missoula. 2019, I was in King County for Low A. Then 2021, High A. I was in Hillsborough, and then same year, Double A, got promoted in June to Amarillo, and then 2022 got called up, made Triple A out of spring, and then made my debut June 17th. So I would say the climb is special because you enjoy it, you learn about yourself, and you play with, obviously, me, Alec, Blaze have all been coming up together, and so it's so cool seeing us how young we are till now. It's like, it's pretty surreal. But other than that, it's definitely a grind, definitely fun. Obviously, you see the whole country. But other than that, it's definitely a fun process. Definitely got to have a good mindset. But other than that, it's a good, cool experience.
We've talked about this before, but things you've learned throughout the few years you've been in the minors, and then making your debut last year. One thing we touched on was finding a routine this year. In what ways did you kind of find that routine and latch onto it in 2023?
Yeah, I would say last year I put some things into my routine of hitting when I'm warming up, and then also for defensive side, just getting to know what things I can work on so I can, develop a routine and do it every day. Obviously, this is, Groundhog Day every day, so Tuesday to Sunday. Just focus and really work to try to be perfect. Obviously, we're never going to be, but, I just always tell myself, be better than you were yesterday. Some way, somehow, you might make a diving catch to help save a run or get a big hit. But also just little things for me, just taking your bats professionally, have quality at bats, and also defense, obviously, make the best play you can on whatever ball's hit. But other than that, I think the routine part has been very mental and physical for me, just staying positive. Obviously, every day you're not going to have it. This is game's a failure sport. Yeah. So, but yeah, I would just say having my routine put me in a better place in certain situations in the game that I feel confident for, and just continue to do them.
Let's touch on the big league debut. Way back to when Gil made the announcement in the clubhouse. Yes. You're getting the call up to the show. What were your emotions right there?
So whatever plans you have, get there. If you have flights on your own, get there by Tuesday. You're gonna fly with the team, buddy. If you're gonna fly with the team, you got your air fryer and your dog. Figure that shit out. Well, let's just say this: don't worry about it because you're going to the big league.
It's pretty surreal, pretty intriguing moment. I would just say it was a little weird because we were going to Salt Lake, and I was going to drive there with my girlfriend and my dog, and then so Gil knew that, and I told him that, and then he looked at me. He was like, "Yeah, well, I don't think you're going to be driving." I was like, "Well, no way, no, don't say it. Are you gonna say it?" And then he said it.
You saw it coming a little bit.
Kind of. I was like, you just don't know, They tease a lot, so it's just not. So yeah, when he said it, I was, my hair stood up. I was so excited, blood was pumping, and then I told my girlfriend, I went upstairs, told her, and then called my family. It was just a surreal moment for all of us, and waking up the next day and packing that night. I was like, oh damn, you're a big leaguer. You're living the dream you're trying to chase and always chase. You accomplished it. Now let's go do the thing. So, but yeah, I would say it was pretty surreal, and I've had Gil obviously ever since I got drafted as a coach, and then him being my manager telling me that was something special for me and him for sure.
Went up and told your girlfriend, but your first call right after.
first call right after, I tried to call my dad, but he didn't answer the phone. So I called my grandfather, and it was 2:30 in the morning, I think it was, and he answered. He's like, "Hello," and I was like, "Hey, Pop, I'm going to the big leagues." He's like, "Oh, no way!" He's like, and then he started. But you could hear the tone of his voice change when I did it, and he was super proud of me because I'm the second one in the family now, and and then obviously I called my mom. She answered. She cried, and then my dad still didn't answer. After like the fourth or fifth time, he finally did, and then he's like, "Yeah, you can tell he's half asleep." He's like, "Hello," and I'm like, "Yo, I'm going to the big leagues." He's like, "You need to get on the flight tomorrow." He's like, "Oh my God, no way. Okay, I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna figure it out." But yeah, it was definitely special, definitely fun. Obviously, a first for all of us. Except my grandfather, he did it already. But yeah, so other than that, it was pretty cool for my whole family and my girlfriend and everything.
Yeah, what'd you expect going into that first series with Minnesota?
Just hit the ball hard, enjoy it, because one day you only get one debut, and obviously my family was there, and my girlfriend's family was there, and I think just I looked around the stadium like, wow, this same game, just bigger stadium, bigger lights, whatever, and I just did my thing, and luckily I got my first hit off of a guy named Devin Schmelzer, who is from New Jersey as well, went to Bishop Eustis, which is like probably 30-40 minutes from me. But yeah, it was definitely a cool moment, and definitely one I will always remember for the rest of my life.
You got the curtain call. I believe that was the Sunday when you hit the grand slam on Father's Day. I want to hear how the curtain call went down. I haven't talked to a bunch of people that have gotten curtain calls before. So I think they were chanting your name, right?
Yeah, so I couldn't hear anything. I blacked out. But I was obviously, doing what I needed to do, get around the bases. I don't hear anything.
Somehow just get around the bases.
Yeah, I get around the bases. I'm not hearing anything. It's not processing yet. Touch home play. I come in the dugout. Everybody's high-fiving me. And then Ketel Marte, he's like, "Yo, buddy, like, they want you. They curtain call." I'm like, "No way." And then I like go back into reality. I'm like, they're saying, "Buddy," and like the whole, from first base side all the way down to like the left field, like outfield seats and everything. They were calling my name. I was like, "Oh wow!" And I stood up and my blood just shot up. And I was like, I put my helmet up. And I was like, "Wow, that never happens." Like I've never had that in my entire life. But it was definitely a cool moment, a special moment, and yeah. One I always remember, hitting a grand slam for my first big league home run and then a curtain call, which doesn't come often to anybody.
That's the same day.
Same day, literally same day. I literally couldn't have wrote it any better.
That's awesome. You're good friends with Mike Trout. How's he been a resource for you in the sense that both of you came from Millville, and he kind of knows, he's the only one from your hometown that knows what you're going through and knows what the grind is day in, day out.
I would, I always ask him here and there, what do you, when you're, like, he played in the PCL as well when he was coming up, just ask him about, like, little things, how's the ballpark, this and that, but also the game side, like, how you do if things aren't going your way, or, if you're riding high, what are you doing right? Yeah, no, exactly, and it's like, just, stay positive. That's the only thing about this game. Obviously, it's more of a mental game than a physical game than anything. And it's just, he's always saying, if you be positive and think of yourself that you can beat anybody on the field, and especially you could beat the pitcher at the plate, you'll always have success. Like, obviously, you're going to hit the ball hard and get out. It's part of the game. But he's like, if you do that, you put yourself in a better scenario, better place, better mindset to have always success, no matter who's pitching or whatever the score may be, to help the team win.
Goals going forward, what are they?
I would say, continue to improve. That's just, I never want to stop learning. Say defense, offensively, just little minor tweaks with both of them things, and I think I could be an all-around player.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.